Some people survive the storm, not because life is easy, but because they refuse to let their minds drown in fear. Today, you're about to hear a story that proves one thing: positive thinking can save a life. Welcome to MindBridge Tales, where real-life inspired stories remind you that your mind is your strongest weapon. This story will touch your heart and show you how one simple shift in thinking can change everything. Once, in a quiet American town, there lived an old woman named Eleanor Blake. She was in her late 70s. Her hair was white. Her face carried gentle wrinkles, but her eyes were warm, bright, and full of kindness. Every morning, she sat in her wooden rocking chair on her small front porch. She sipped warm tea and smiled at everyone who walked by. People in the town loved her because being around her felt peaceful. Life in that town was not easy. Some people worked long hours in the factory. Some worked in small shops. Many families struggled to pay bills. Some felt lonely. Some felt tired and lost. But whenever someone needed hope, they somehow ended up at Eleanor's porch. One cool autumn afternoon, a young mother named Claire came to see Eleanor. Claire looked exhausted. Her eyes were filled with fear and worry. Eleanor gently touched her shoulder and said, "My dear, tell me what is hurting your heart." Claire took a deep breath. "My husband left for another state to find work. He promised he would call. He promised he would send money. But it has been weeks. There is no call. There is no money. My children keep asking for their father, and I don't know what to say." Eleanor listened quietly. Then she asked, "When you wake up every morning, what is the first thought that comes to your mind?" Claire answered softly, "I think that something bad will happen too." Eleanor nodded with understanding. Eleanor said, "Let me tell you a story, my child. When I was young, my husband lost his job. We had 2 small kids. We had no money. Every night I cried. I felt like everything was falling apart. One morning, while waiting for the bus, I met an old man. He looked at me and said something I never forgot. He said, 'If you feed your mind fear, your life will taste like fear. But if you feed your mind hope, life will open new doors.' That day, I made a decision. I decided to change the way I think, and slowly, everything in my life began to change too." Claire looked at her with wide, hopeful eyes. Eleanor said, "Claire, I want you to follow 3 simple rules. Rule 1. Every morning, say this to yourself: today will bring something good. Rule 2. Do one small action every day that helps you move forward. Even a tiny step counts. Rule 3. Find one blessing each day. It can be the sunrise, a smile from your child, or even a warm cup of tea." Claire nodded slowly. She hugged Eleanor before leaving. Her heart felt a little lighter. A few weeks later, Claire followed the 3 rules every day. She woke up and said, "Today will bring something good." She worked. She took care of her children. She tried her best to stay hopeful. And then, one cold winter morning, a letter arrived. It was from her husband. He had found steady work. He was sending money, and he was coming home soon. Claire burst into tears of joy. She held her children tightly. Then she rushed to Eleanor's home. Good news. Mrs. Blake, he's coming home, Claire shouted with happy tears. Eleanor smiled and said, You see, my dear, positive thinking does not remove problems, but it gives you the strength to face them. The town learned the lesson. Word spread about how Eleanor's wisdom changed Claire's life. Soon many townspeople came to her porch. They shared their struggles, they shared their fears, and Eleanor gave them the same gentle message. When you choose hope, hope chooses you back. People began to practice positive thinking. Some fixed broken relationships. Some found new jobs. Some healed from grief. And some simply learned to smile again. And today, this message is for you. Life will test you. Life will challenge you. People may disappoint you. Money, work, and health may rise and fall. But there is one thing you can always control: your thoughts. Choose hope. Choose courage. Choose positivity. Because when you change your thoughts, you begin to change your life. If you enjoyed the story, like the video, share it, and comment on what you learned. See you in the next story.